Hello everyone. We have started with topic circles and we had lot of theory on circles and I'm sure you all have revised it before I start this session on miscellaneous problems. One session we already had one on miscellaneous problems. So this is my second session, right? So let me start first one. A variable circle omega passes through the fixed point P already named 1, -2 and touches the x-axis. This is the description of the circle omega. The point diametrically opposite to P moves on and we have four options. When you read this question, what comes to your mind is there is some circle omega. There is a point P on it. We are talking about a point which is diametrically opposite to it and we are interested in path of that diametrically opposite point, right? So whenever I say point's path, so from where do we start? We have to name that point. So I first show the picture, what I said just now, and that point Q we are talking about, which I will have to name. We are interested in path of point Q. So we name that point Q as say x1, y1. Maybe in my previous sessions, when we were doing locus or path, we must have named it as h, k. Now that by habit at times I write h, k. At times you may write x1, y1. Naming is not so important. My final aim is to get one equation in x1 and y1. If you are writing h and k, then I would say equation in h and k. If any other name you have given anywhere, then that will have to be eliminated at the end. Final equation has to be in terms of x1 and y1. Okay. Now how do we proceed? Now equation of a circle with PQ as a diameter, we know x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equal to 0. Now one point here is already given to you as 1, -2. So in place of say x2, y2, I replace 1 and -2 and I get equation. Okay. Now also question says that circle touches x-axis. Keep that in mind. If that is to be done, then obviously circle meets the x-axis. Touches means meets. So you will have to substitute y equal to 0. And after substituting y equal to 0, you get one quadratic equation in x. Okay. And that quadratic equation in x now will have to have the equal roots situation. Correct? Why? Because circle touches the x-axis. And for that, I go for discriminant equal to 0, which on simplification would lead to x1 square minus 2x1 plus 8y1 plus 1 equal to 0. Means x1, y1 satisfies this equation. So what is the final step what we do? That x1, y1 will have to be replaced by x and y. So I would say that point Q actually satisfies x square minus 2x plus 8y plus 1 equal to 0. And hence my correct option is A. Right? So let us proceed to the next one. The next one is area of an equilateral triangle which is inscribed in the circle x square plus y square minus 7x plus 9y plus 5 equal to 0 is, and we are given as usual 4 options. We have to pick up the right one. Now when you read this question, there is some image in your mind, some picture you must be having. What type of picture you are expecting? Something like this. Circle, some equilateral triangle inside it, right? And then for my convenience, I mean keeping some further steps in mind, I have shown that I have joined A to C, C to B, etc. Okay. Our job is to get equilateral triangles area for which actually radius is required, correct? An equation of circle is given to you. Using under root g square plus f square minus c, this formula, you can always get radius, correct? So I go for that. My g in this case is minus 7 by 2. F in this case is 9 by 2. Substitute those values. C is 5 and get radius as under root 110 by 4. Right? I'm not simplifying at this stage. Later we may do it. Now, what is side of the triangle? It is AB. Correct? And that is nothing but twice of AD. How do I write AD from the figure? Can I write AD as r cos 30 degree? Yes. And substitute that r cos 30 degree and right value of cos 30 degree also, simplify it, you get root 3r. Now this is your side of the triangle. And if that is the thing, then you can always write required area. Required area is under root 3 by 4, side square, substitute value for side, that is under root 3 into r. and simplify it. What is R? R is radius. Radius we have already found there. 110 upon 4 square root. Substitute that and simplify. That leads to 165 upon 8 root 3 square units. So my correct option is B. Right? This is simple. This question I had deliberately taken for you to understand how to find radius. This was just a revision, and as an application I have taken that area of inscribed equilateral triangle. Okay, so let us proceed towards the next one. And the next one is that AB and CD are perpendicular chords of a circle of radius R meeting at point E, and we are asked to find expression's value. What is that expression? EA square plus EB square plus EC square plus ED square equals, and then as usual some 4 options are given. We have to pick up the right one. Now when you read this question, nowhere any hint is given that question actually comes from coordinate geometry. That's a different story that in 11th standard onwards, I mean whenever you are writing any competitive exam, straight away question on geometry, plane geometry, no one asks. So you may place it in coordinate geometry, but frankly speaking, nowhere coordinates are given, nowhere we are talking about frame of reference. So choice is entirely yours. Actually, here comes your, I would say intelligence, wisdom, that how to convert a plane geometry question to coordinate geometry. Now, luckily here, things are given which suit us. What does it suit? The 2 perpendicular chords you are saying. And since you are saying 2 perpendicular chords, it comes to my mind that, okay, we can take help of x-axis and y-axis, right? So what we need to do? We need to place those chords intelligently. I say place E as the origin and those chords on the coordinate axis, right? So what kind of figure you are expecting? I'm expecting a figure like AB, the vertical chord I'm showing, CD, I'm showing the horizontal chord, placed on y-axis and x-axis respectively, correct? And if I am asked to find EA square plus EB square plus EC square plus ED square, so obviously I need coordinates of points A, B, C, D. If that is the thing, I will have to write coordinates. What kind of coordinates I can give to A and B? Since they are on y-axis, so their x coordinates I will keep 0. Similarly about C and D, they lie on, yes, x-axis, so we substitute y coordinate 0. Names what you give, that choice is entirely yours. I have written here 0, y1, 0, y2, etc. Fine. So we go for now the required expression in terms of x1, y1, etc. So the required expression is x1 square plus x2 square plus y1 square plus y2 square. So I need to get answers for actually x1, x2, y1, y2, or somehow I should be able to attack x1 square plus x2 square. Now understand what are x1 and x2. They are actually the x coordinates, right? And hence I go for first equation of the circle. I say x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0, right? If I substitute here y equal to 0, if I am substituting y equal to 0, that means I am going to look for points which are on the x-axis. That means C and D I am going to talk about, okay? Now, this gives me x square plus 2gx plus c equal to 0. And from here, I can understand that since roots of this equation are abscissa of C and D, I can very well write x1 plus x2 and product x1, x2, and what it reminds you, one formula for x1 square plus x2 square. If you have not done it in the form of formula, but at least you can understand what would be x1 plus x2 whole square. It will contain x1 square plus x2 square, isn't it? And from there, I can remove x1, x2 since x1, x2 is already given to me. So this I am going to use for finding x1 square plus x2 square, correct? Now similarly what I can do, I can substitute now x equal to 0 and I try to get similarly one quadratic equation in y whose roots would be ordinates of remaining other 2 points, correct? And from there, I can write y1 plus y2 and I can also write product y1 by 2. And what will I do finally? Now this y1 plus y2 and y1 by 2 I will use for getting y1 square plus y2 square, fine? And now come to the required expression. That is x1 plus x2 whole square plus y1 plus y2 whole square minus 2 times x1, x2 minus 2 times y1 by 2, right? Now just substitute values, whatever we have found, and simplify it. And that would lead to 4 times g square plus f square minus c, and that g square plus f square minus c you can replace by r square. So the correct answer is 4r square. So the option is C. I hope you enjoyed this question because this was not straight coordinate geometry question. It needed algebra also, and such questions are actually asked in competitive examination. Okay, let us proceed to the next one fast, quickly. Now next one is the points of intersection of the line 4x minus 3y minus 10 equal to 0 and the circle x square plus y square minus 2x plus 4y minus 20 equal to 0 are, and we are actually given 4 options in the form of coordinates of points. Actually, if you ask me, this is straight question. No further calculation is required. Once you know the points of intersection, your job is done, right? Fine. So let us go for the solution part. Now we have to get points of intersection. How do we find points of intersection? Actually, just by solving 2 equations. So from equation of line, I try to write x, and that is 3y plus 10 upon 4. What will I do with this? I will substitute this in equation of the circle to get actually one equation which would be now in terms of y alone, and it would be actually a quadratic equation in y. So on simplification, what I get is 25 into y square plus 4y minus 12 equal to 0. Now this is straight one quadratic equation in y, which on solving will give me 2 values of y, and those values of y are nothing but 2 and minus 6. Mind you, please, I do not show here the entire calculation because this type of calculation you have already done in your lower classes and you know how to solve one quadratic equation. Once value of y means 2 values what you are getting, that means y coordinates of those 2 points you are getting. Corresponding x also will be required. So once I substitute y equal to 2, where do you substitute? You can substitute in equation of circle or you can substitute in equation of line. It's better to substitute in equation of line so that you get straight away value of x, and that gives you x equal to 4, and I can substitute y equal to minus 6 also, and that would lead to x equal to minus 2, and this gives me actually the points, and the points are minus 2 comma minus 6 and 4 comma 2. So my correct option would be A, right? So this was about our this session where I have tried to take various or rather different types of questions. No 2 questions look similar, but only practice, and practice will make you perfect. Okay, so when I meet you next time, some more problems I'll be getting for you. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you. Hope you have liked this video. To subscribe, click on this side, and to place an order for the book, click on this side. Thank you.